Welcome back, guys. Today I'll be doing consumer arithmetic. I'll be talking about profit or loss, finding the percentage profit, finding the percentage loss, followed by a CSEC Maths June 2012 past paper. Let's get started. Now, first we have to know, what do we mean by a cost price? Cost price is how much it costs to make each product. So in other words, the amount that is charged to just make the product that you want to sell. So that's the cost price. This is the cost of the product. And now when I have my product, I want to sell it. So being the seller, I will not sell it at the price that I bought it. So the cost price, is the initial amount for the goods. But I want to gain, so it means that I am going to sell it at a higher price. Of course, realistically, not all the time it's going to be higher based on the market. Now, selling price can be the price which a buyer is willing to pay. We do have cases where we have to negotiate the price. For example, let's look at buying a house. I bought the house at this, but then I want to sell it for more money, but it depends on the market. So hence I have the price which is competitive in the market. We have those cases where it depends on our market. That's how we know the selling price. And we do have loss when, for example, something is about to get expired and you see a big deal, but then when you look on the expiry date, that happens sometimes, or something is wearing out, so we have to sell it at a reduced rate to get rid of the product. End up that the person who is selling it, it's a loss, but at least they gotten rid of the product. So it is a price which a seller is willing to receive also. Sometimes we just have to be willing to receive it. So selling price have many definitions, but in the end, it is the amount that the seller will be receiving selling the product. Now we're going to look at percentage profit or loss. Now I have two different formula. For when I have percentage profit, it is different from the percentage loss. For the profit, just look at it this way. If I have my profit, it means that whatever I sell my goods for, it should be greater than the cost price. Once it's greater, I am making extra money. So that's why we have selling price minus the cost price over the cost price times 100 because it's percentage. So once I have something being profitable, I'm expecting that my selling price be greater. So that's why we have selling price minus cost price. But if I have a percentage loss, then it's going to be cost price minus selling price over the cost price times 100. Now, this activity that I have here is a past paper question from June 2012, question 1B. It states, the table below shows the cost price, and this is the cost price, $55, and this is empty. Selling price, $44 and $100, and profit or loss as a percentage of the cost price. But we already have this diagram, so we just need to go ahead and calculate what is missing. Now, let us look at if this is a loss or is it a gain, which is profit. So for part one, I need to determine if it's a loss or is it a gain. If I have the cost price being $55 and the selling price being $44, I've lost because the item value is being reduced. So that means to find if it's a loss, in this case, it's a loss because of the reduced in value, then I am going to say the percentage loss is equal to the cost price. So I'm going to have CP minus the selling price over the cost price times 100. So for this, CP, which is the cost price, is $55 and the selling price is $44 all over the cost price, which is $55 times 100. So $55 minus $44, that gives us $11. So I have $11 over 55 times 100. If you have your calculator, then you can just say 11 divided by 55 times by 100, or we can say 11 into itself goes 1 time, 11 into 55 goes 5 times, 5 into itself goes 1 time, 5 into 100, it goes 20 times. So the percentage loss is 20%. So here I'll have 20%. The next one I need to find is the cost price. Given that they say it's a profit, then we know that the profit is equal to selling price minus the cost price all over cost price times 100. Now, I know that my profit is 25% and I know my selling price is 100. Cost price, I don't know. Times it by 100. So I can just divide both sides by 100. So I divide both sides by 100. This cancels. So this would be 0.25 is equal to 100 minus CP over CP. Cross multiply, so I carry this over. So I will have 0.25 CP is equal to 100 minus CP. Carrying this over, this becomes positive. So I have 0.25 CP, which is the cost price, plus CP equal 100. This is like a variable, so that's like 1 CP. So 1 plus 0.25, that gives you 1.25 CP is equal to 100. Then we divide both sides by 1.25. So dividing it, the cost price is equal to $80. Now, there's another way that we can do it, which is pretty easy. So I am going to do it another way without this formula. The next way to find the cost price is by looking at it, that the profit is 25%, which implies that the selling price is 125% of the cost price. That's what it means. So the profit is 25%. So it means that this is 125% of the cost price. So the cost price is equal to, since it's a profit, it's going to be a 100 over 100 plus the gain times the selling price. So if it was a loss, then I would have 100 minus the percentage loss. So The gain is the 25%. That's the gain, the 25%. So I would have 100 over 100 plus 25. So that's how I got the 125%. So in the denominator, I am going to have 125%. So it will be 100 over 125 times the selling price, which is 100. And this will give us $80. So profit, it will be 100 plus the gain, which is the profit. But if it was a loss, then it would be 100 minus the loss. So if it was 25% the loss, then it's 100 minus the loss in the denominator. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have more questions, leave a comment below. Have a great day.